Let's talk about legacy planning, leaving assets to the next generation, to your kids, your grandkids. And today we're going to be talking about four different asset classes. We'll talk about tax deferred accounts. We'll talk about the Roth IRA account. We'll talk about investment accounts, the brokerage account, and then your home assets. So all four of those. And this is a great video for education, whether you are the next generation down, that you may be inheriting some assets from your folks or your grandparents. And this is especially a very good video if you're in retirement and doing legacy planning now. Some very good things that you want to be aware of. So let's get going. Hey folks, Doug Pardick with Talon Wealth Strategies. Today we're talking about legacy planning. And this is good information for if you're in the generation that's retired, or if you're going to be inheriting assets. Good information here too. So let's get started. Let's go through these different asset classes, these different accounts that you may be passing on to your kids or grandkids. First of all, let's talk about tax deferred accounts. These qualified accounts where the IRS said, hey, you put money in, tax deferred growth, but when you get to retirement, when you pull that money out, it's going to be showing up as 100% taxable, ordinary income taxation. So these 401ks and IRAs, when you pass those down to the next generation, they cannot stretch the distributions over a long period of time. These tax deferred accounts, they must be completely exhausted, depleted of their assets within 10 years. Okay? And this is usually all taxable income. So it can be a tax efficient asset to be passing down to kids. Okay? If it's a huge account, this could be a big problem. One thing I've seen investors do, and my clients who love to give to charity or church, they will leave this nonprofit organization as a beneficiary on that tax deferred account. So when it gets passed down to them, they can take out the distributions without taxation. So that's something you should consider. Let's talk about Roth IRAs. Roth IRAs, you pass that down to the kids or grandkids. They have to exhaust that Roth account. They got to pull out all the assets within 10 years. Here's the beauty of the Roth IRA. There are no taxes. It doesn't affect their taxation whatsoever. So this is something to keep in mind for the Roth IRA. All right, let's talk about brokerage accounts. That investment account that's always been taxable. There's no tax sheltering with these assets. And you've been putting money in, and you may have a lot of capital gains that have built up inside this brokerage account, this taxable investment brokerage account. Well, the basis of all those assets steps up to the new value upon death, and all that capital gains, long-term or short-term capital gains that have been accumulating, gets reset and cleared out. Now, this rule could change, but currently in 2021, this is how it works. When you pass away, all that basis steps up. So it can be a very tax-efficient asset to pass on to kids and grandkids. Finally, let's talk about the home asset. I've seen people make mistakes on this. The home, let's, for example, say that your home is worth, when you bought it, you paid $300,000 for it, just to keep this nice and simple. And now it's worth $600,000 and you pass away and it goes to your kiddos. When they go to sell that house, all those capital gains from 300 to 600 get cleared out. The cost basis of 300 sets to the new value at death of 600,000. So when they go to sell it, there really will be minimal taxation on that. Now here's the problem that I've seen. Some parents have put their kids on the title. When you do that, you think you're cleaning things up and making it easy for pass that house on to the next generation. But when you do that, that basis of 300 does not step up. Your child that you left that house to inherits that low basis. So the ways to work around this, and that's where you want to work with a professional attorney, estate planning attorney, and your tax professional. So always work with professionals on this stuff. Your financial advisor, your tax professional, your attorney, just make sure the plan is working together and you're making the best decisions for you and for your heirs. Okay, so if there's anything here that you have questions about, we didn't cover everything, obviously, but we are here to help. Doug Pardick with Talon Wealth Strategies. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Take care.